Hello, this is Carson, and here is the program running. So this is the UML class diagram that we built. I was in charge of coding this section. Evan was in charge of coding this section. The UML class diagram is a little wrong in some parts, but I tried my very best. The course acts as a record that contains the name, total hours, and references of attendance from institution. And it gets the total course hours, which is different from the total hours in person. This refers to the total hours that this person attended. This total hours refers to the total hours of the course in its entirety. It's important to note that. Here an institution is the client class. It holds the whole entire registry of persons, including its subclasses and course right here in all the different courses. You can add the course. We originally had has course string int here. Hello, this is editing Carson. I'm here editing my own video. Yeah, so I mentioned that has course string doesn't have an int, but I didn't say why. So what's important to note is that inside the file, there's no difference in how the course names are. So if the course name is chemistry, there's only one chemistry. I would expect maybe there'd be like IDs, but there's no IDs. So originally I wanted this to be like a compound ID of name and total hours until I realized that there's no point because there is no other chemistry class. So we switched it to string because there's no point. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Back to the other recorded version of me. This is again wrong, or here's wrong. It should be a capital S. But yeah, so the institution, print registry, and parse files are just the main functions that should be handled. Really, get course, has course, and add course should all be private. So these three should have been private, and attendance probably shouldn't have existed because there was really no point of having attendance. Attend course was the whole point of attend course here from attends course was to get the total hours and then add those hours, use participating hours to get the participating hours to get the total hours that this person was spent. That was the whole point of it. So I don't know if attendance here was entirely necessary, but it's there. So yeah, so participating hours. I don't know how to explain in a UML diagram if something's being overridden. I don't believe in the class diagram I'm supposed to entirely show that. I'm not sure. You can correct me. I would appreciate correction. But that's why it's empty here because I didn't put that in. I also did not put in the constructors, which was probably a mistake. Probably should put in any constructors into my UML diagram. But this basically explains how we put this all together. Institution's the client class that just handles everything. If we go into the code, we can see that print registry, that the main file here just makes a new instance of institution and then just parses it and prints the registry. There's a try catch here because there is a possibility where a title could be invalid. This isn't really necessary because the file is static, so it's not like this will run ever. But I just thought it would be good to practice to put default in here. The registry here. So just a basic rundown of how the parsing works. It just takes a line, splits it by each new line, which you can see here that each new line is here. And it splits it by the new lines. For every line, it then took forever to figure out this replace all, but it takes this is denoting all the types of white spaces, and then it finds any amount of them, just any amount of those white spaces or tabs because they're different, and it just replaces it all with commas, and then we split it by that comma, and then by that split of comma, We then know what the first token should be, and if the token is end, just like it's here, then we know that that's the end of the flow. And we take the tokens, we make the course and add it. If the course doesn't exist, it won't add to the course registry. I thought about adding an exception, but there's no point if it's just something simple as this. Then we fetch that course and create a new person, get that person depending on what the title is, create it there, add it, make a copy, and append it to, make it attend that course, and then register it into the registry, register that new person. And when a person attends a course, go to person, that's how we get the participating hours and add it to their total. And then we tell course to add it to the course, to add this person to the course. This just prevents it if we have like the same name. Because before when I was designing part of the UML, I didn't know that it was just going to be one specific file. So I put into account the possibility of, where is this possibility of another, a person being written more than, where is the institution? There it is. A person being written more than once in the same class. So institution creates an empty array and just works from there. I don't know if this was okay to do with arrays copy of, but it's not an array list, and you get the basic gist of what I'm doing. I'm just copying the same array and then extending it a bit. It's not like it's a linked list or anything. Okay, it is 22:53. I don't have much time. I don't even know if I have enough time to render this video altogether. But I do know that the print registry, I need to talk about this, and some of the overloading. So every person class has a toString that it overrides, not overloading. And that's important because it is being called inside the institution print registry to just print it as that is. So once all the data is being collected and managed, and the mathematics is all being sorted out when it parses the file. All we're doing on the print registry is just printing it as is. When this happens, when it parses, all the magic happens here, specifically just with with person. So when it adds the hours, it just adds to the person's total hours, not the course's total hours, through participating hours. Just making sure that this is completely important. Just important to know. What I did consider here is that lab hours has to be calculated in Professor as it does teaching assistant. So I thought it was a possibility having Professor inherit from teaching assistant. However, I thought that wasn't really good object-oriented design, because if you think about it, a professor isn't a type of teaching assistant. A professor is a teacher. So it makes more sense that professor is coming from person on an object-oriented perspective than it is coming from teaching assistant, just for the point of readability and understanding. That is a specific choice I made just for that purpose. And I thought it was important to mention that because of that. All right, I now need to edit this and compile this in record speed. So let's see how that goes.